wish my morning was starting off a little bit better than usual. It's about 7:26 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. It is the 2nd of May, 2023. Yeah, emotionally screwed up. Sleep deprived, zombie, Weaver, Tennessee, California. Once more, the triggers. Didn't matter if it's related to the word or not in one way or another, it triggers. And we go through it again. I'm in between the waves right now. And it still continues. Something as innocuous as watching a show, if the people treat each other like family or team members, it's just innocuous enough to pull it out of me. Earlier this morning, I guess maybe I was checking up on some of the grieving pages again on Facebook and social media. And it usually has a way of getting me one way or another. And this did. I'm not skull thumping anybody else in this one. It's just hammering me. Skull thumping me. I saw something on YouTube that was kind of freaking me out a little bit. Kind of pissed me off. Somehow in certain YouTube clips out there, I'll run into something of the political nature will kind of piss me off a little bit. It's not an intellectual exercise. At least not really, at least not dealing with this stuff. But when I got an Arkansas backward-ass governor, he used to be the press secretary for old 45 barf bag. They should call it gas bag. It's more like a barf bag. You gotta have character and insult, and he ain't got any character, so I'm not worried about insulting him. He's already insulting him. But anyway, the governor of Arkansas has got a problem concerning about male and female. She has her own opinions concerning about what males and females are supposed to be. And she's still harboring the old male cliches that we're supposed to be tough guys. We're not supposed to be bullshit. Boy, she had No, I have to say that because she just doesn't know her ass from a hot rock, and it just irritates me a little bit, or more than that. When I actually have somebody who's stating other things concerning about what a real woman is, and she's doing it on Fox News concerning about real woman pictures being placed on the air. You know what? I don't know. Oh, Rebel HQ is doing something about the MAGA lady triggered by what a woman is. Or even in there she was talking about what a man is. Currently, she still wants to be that close-minded and judgmental and like an egotist. Now, if I could say the same thing for myself as well, try to be open-minded, and I'm also judgmental, and I'm egotistical at times. And when I see somebody demonstrating their ignorance, yeah, the judgmental portion of me comes out, and I have to be the topper on this one. I have to overtop this. But then again, I keep thinking and asking myself, why is it necessary to go on an attack like this? She clearly wants to demonstrate her ignorance. She clearly doesn't understand what the hell anything is anymore, just mouthing off left and right. But I would have to keep asking myself the same thing. The things I hadn't seen about what progressives are doing these days when we're trying to show everyone else's faults was what about their own damn situation. And I have to keep looking at my own examples. If I'm going to be making kind of accusations, as I said before, the fingers are usually pointing at a topic. But I keep forgetting where the hell the rest of them pointing back at the originator. So in going after gas bag and lady gas bag, or press secretary gas bag. I may find a little humor in that because I'm putting myself above her. But basically, I am putting myself on her same level of ignorance and being dumber induction, shall we say. Attacking people left and right, is that really, really necessary? But in order to keep a base fired up, she has to keep up with the fiery rhetoric. Good Lord, no wonder people don't even like her half the time, but the rest of them are that screwed up in their own thinking and angry and frustrated and pissed off at everybody else. Yeah, they'll go for that one. This misery and pissed off people love company, especially their own type. If they happen to have somebody that brings sense into the situation, and it freaks them out because somebody's trying to make sense and bury themselves into the into the hater, shall we say. Now, being triggered, using that word triggered. Yeah, I get triggered. I get triggered a lot, as I said before. As I've been saying in my videos, I've been triggered a lot by keywords and anything related to it remotely. Directly, indirectly, remotely, doesn't matter. If there's any kind of connection somewhere winding around in there, it'll get me going in my head. And I moved. I cry. I will bawl my head off. I will tell people that I am not having a good day. I will tell people that I'm a miserable, sorry son of a sea dog. That I don't care about what's happening today. I only care about my own pain. And my own pain is my own. Nobody else cares about it for me but me. Why should I care about you? I need to care about me. Here's something to wake up to. I didn't realize last night before going to bed. Management was bringing out something. Every one of the units over here to scare the shit out of them. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm starting to go to see moving vans. Moving vans will indicate people don't like the changes happening and they want to get the hell out of here as long as they start finding a place. That's 60 days to get rid of it. I have to keep going through the damn finances. Every single month, what I can afford, what I can't afford, what I'd like to do and what I can't do. The like to do's I have to keep throwing out, and what I need to do always has to take the priority. We're talking about being a man. You force yourself into responsibility, accountability, transparency. What's needed to be done, you got to take care of it, regardless of whatever happens, no matter how screwed up emotionally and physically you may be. Yeah, that's me. I have to do that. I don't like it, but shit happens. We haven't had a rent increase in this apartment, actually in this complex or in the area, since COVID kicked in. So naturally, they're making up for it. And yeah, you gotta be pissed off about that. But I shouldn't have expected it as much. I should have expected it sooner, like at the beginning of the year. But apparently there was a rent increase, or actually a price control removed. So, because of business models and business decisions and all the expenditures they made, yeah, from a business point of view, they need to raise prices. And like an adult, I have to make do and make adjustments. You want to talk about being a man? Balance your damn checkbook. You want to talk about being a man? Find out why you're so screwed up on the inside. Can't fix it, but unless you can find out what the triggers were, you can find out exactly what happened back then. And then you try to make do with what you got today. Because tomorrow, you still got to work with. Using today what you have. out of what was yesterday. I may not go for the color changes of different outfits left and right. I wear what's needed, or what I have clean. So I deal with it. I deal with my own emotional situations at this point. I don't deal with anybody drugging me up any which way, shape, or form. That includes if I, probably handed a beer. I don't want a beer. I don't want wine. I don't want any of that damn shit. You want to fuck up your head? Be my guest. You fuck up yours. Mine, right now, is enough of an issue. And I don't need that kind of tragedy or stupidity. You're going to be telling me that, oh, we got this conspiracy theory here, this conspiracy there. It's their fault, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, it's that person's fault. And I'm listening. I'm like, you're giving me nausea. You want to blame, but you don't want to fix it. You don't want to be part of the solution. So the only thing I can tell you is grow up. You want to be an adult, be an adult. Take responsibility for your own fucking actions, unless you're going to be part of a government or part of a community or something that you got a responsibility for, that you're basically a cog in it, or a sprocket, or a gear. You're part of the machine. You chose to be part of the machine. And because you are part of the machine, this is what happens. Excuse me 1 second. I sure as hell didn't want to belch in your face. I was part of different machines, different part of mechanisms left and right. And they didn't appreciate my fit into their area. I jam up the mechanisms to them badly. I didn't fit in. Okay, shit happens. Does that make me less of a man or not a man? Well, let's see. If I was part of the machine, it would also machine be stressful. Be isn't it steaming and griping and grumbling? Would the machine be able to feel things? Or just be a machine? But if you actually understand mechanics a little bit, or science about it, one would expect that a machine, whatever you can design it in your head, would be like perpetual. You still need motion. You still need energy to constantly make it move. It is a source of energy, constantly make it go. But how long does the mechanism itself, all the little tiny pieces in there, the larger cars, the larger pieces, what's their stress level like? Now, for me, understanding this is important. Because if we're going to be putting human beings as emotional cogs, then we got to understand that even emotional beings, as fragile as our bodies are, we have limitations. Sometimes we think we can extend those limitations. We can expand upon those limitations. We can be damn near superhuman in one way or another. We can try increasing the physical attributes of the mortal corpse. But the thing that you have an issue with is the psychological and spiritual. Of course, I could have people screaming and yelling their heads off saying, I believe, I'm a believer. I. Whatever the hell they're going to be saying afterwards. Trying to prove something to something. That they are better or worthwhile or something. And trying to convince others and themselves that they are unique, maybe. But they are strongly encouraged to be a cookie cutter, or cut by a cookie cutter. They have to be the same shape and size as the cutter. Cannot be any imperfections on the human. Doesn't matter. Cannot be any imperfections. Let's be perfect. That's why we keep expecting too much of us. Be perfect. Male and female and everybody else. Scary something. I could have stood in between. That works. Without doing any further insult. Humans, we can try to, as I said before, increase our vitality one way or another. But the thing is, we all have our breaking points inside of us. I've lied to myself so many damn times in my lifetime, it's not even funny. I was okay, told myself I was okay, blinded myself. And every time there was somebody that I cared about passed away, there's not a damn thing I could do about it. What would you say? Oh well, bless the damn cog, let's get on with life. How it is. When we get back to that point, concerning about the machine, the stresses and levels on it, of how much each piece can deal before it's melted, fused, broken, split, damaged in any way, shape, or form, not able to do its function. Our emotions are like that sometimes. We depend upon our emotions so much that sometimes we have to ignore all the damn ugly stuff that happens. I've been doing that all my life. These people I care about, I have to struggle with attitudes from other people, including my family. Grow, mature, and I grew mature, and I had to deal with the conflicts of attitude, of behaviors, of anything and everything. I had to learn to be quote unquote tough and let everything else roll off my back. Doesn't matter how hard or unfair it is. You have to keep going forward. It's nice if you're a hunter-gatherer or shit like that. And you have to keep moving, just drive forward, find new hunting grounds, new area to camp for a while, settle. But you still have to be tough. You couldn't break down because you had to be tough, because the elements wouldn't deal with it. Wouldn't deal with a weak-ass person. No, you had to be tough. You had to be superhuman. All the damn fallacies we got in our fucking heads at this point over here. Drilled into us for a hell of a long while. We couldn't be emotional, we couldn't be sensitive, but we tried to do that. It was probably almost on a limited, intimate basis here. But if we try to show that and what would have been considered as excessive amount would have been considered totally unacceptable, because being a man, we can't be that way, but being a woman, it would be emotional. That's what they're supposed to be, unless they're Superwoman. They're Wonder Woman. And they have to be tough, just like your other counterparts. They have to keep showing how strong and tough they are. We have media for a long while reflecting at different times in different areas. Different reflections in our lifetime and in our society on how we perceive them to be. Our guys are supposed to be tough as nails, but showing them as weak as kidding, emotional, weepy. Are you kidding me? Ah, throw the cog away, put a new one in her. Machine wants one. A machine. And our mentality continues that way. I see it all the damn time. I hear it all the damn time. I hear the different reflections. I hear the different viewpoints. I hear how the viewpoints are being generated and being directed. either by the zeros and ones or by human beings. And the zeros and ones are generated artificially, but still programmed with the values we're putting in there because we're directing it, one way or another. And therefore, we have to make sure that society, or part of society, still thinks our way. Because it still has to be us versus them. The machine must work and think and evolve. To think our way. Screw the feeling, just evolve. How does that work? We're freaking human beings, we're supposed to feel at this point. I'm a guy, I'm not supposed to feel? And yet, I cry my ass off like crazy because of how much I had put into caring for my family and caring for a hell of a lot of people. It made a difference in my life. And I made a difference in other people's lives. I made choices. And I'm grateful I did. I'm grateful I had. I'm grateful I'm still alive. For how long? The thing is, understanding me and everything and every component is going to be the next challenge of my life that I'm still undertaking. I lived to serve the machine when I was a kid, and had to push everything else back emotionally and physically sometimes. But I had to live to serve the machine with those public perceptions and everything else going on there. And if I didn't do my job, I'd probably scare the living crap out of people, and they'd be looking at me saying, "How dare you? How dare you function this way? Who the hell do you think you are?" Well, who I am right now is I'm me. Of course, I'm going to have an inquiry with a question on that one saying, "Who the hell do you think you are?" Me. This does not compute with the machine. So, did you just say that? Now you're resisting? What the hell are you? Me. Ah! I'm a guy going through a lot, mentally and physically. And probably on a spiritual journey too. But it pisses people off when when I have to do my travels one way or another. I probably run into people like that. Either they agree or they disagree. If they disagree, fine. Let them go, just let them deal with what they got to deal with. But the other people, okay, fine. Build our own little machine. And here's the machine itself. Us versus them. So if the governor of Arkansas is listening to all these diatribes going off through her head, she's scoffing like crazy. Well, that's you then, my dear. You're part of your own collective. You're a part of your own machine. You've been assimilated by your own bullshit. Me, on the other hand, I'm still trying to get past the board. I hope you enjoy being part of the machine, or the same collective thinking. Pure robotic. You think life is one way, with one particular viewpoint. Girl, you have no clue what the hell you're looking at or dealing with or even talking to. You have no clue. You think you do, but you know, you're still limited. I speak on my own personal experience and my own observations. That's the way. I'm not trying to horn in on your operation. Your operation's already going down anyway. So, enjoy the ride. Me. I still gotta get through today.